Previously on Meerkat Manor, the Whiskers had a lucky escape when the commandos spent the night close to their burrow. But when the wandering rivals came across the lazuli, there were deadly consequences. Meet the Whiskers. Flower, the leader of the group, Zaphod, her dedicated partner, Yossarian, his troubled brother, Mozart, the wayward daughter, fearless grandson Mitch, the playful kids, and their ever-present enemy, the lazuli. This is Meerkat Manor. When you're only 12 inches tall, the Kalahari Desert is a vast and dangerous place to live. But this 40-strong gang of meerkats, known as the Whiskers, call its bush, scrub, and sand dunes home. While they get along with some of the neighbors, they defend it to the death from rival meerkats. But what makes this gang special is that they've been at the center of a study by Cambridge University for more than 10 years. Flower, the head of the Whiskers, wears a radio collar so that the gang can be tracked. And with our cameras focusing on their burrows, every detail of their social lives is documented. With 3 rival gangs of meerkats vying for scarce resources, Flower's leadership is going to be pushed to the limit. A new day at Meerkat Manor dawns warm and dry. Unaware of the tragic loss at the lazuli's babysitting burrow, most of the Whiskers are up early and getting on with their daily chores. The working conditions might be dusty upstairs, but downstairs it's even worse. After living under one roof for over 5 weeks, the burrow has become infested with thousands of itchy ticks and fleas. For the Whiskers, it's becoming an uncomfortable place to stay. This morning, Flower is in no rush to get up. She's pregnant again. As matriarch, mothering new litters is one of her most important roles. And while the boss sleeps in, everyone else just has to hang around and wait. While there's no one to supervise work above ground, the teenagers shirk their responsibilities and indulge in a bit of play fighting. The adults are taking their tasks more seriously. Staying on the group leader's good side is important, and especially critical for the older females now that Flower's pregnant. Having been expelled from the Whiskers once before, Mozart is particularly vulnerable to another eviction and is keeping her head down. Flower finally drags herself up. And emerges to a hive of activity above ground. But as she leads out the foraging party, there's no telling whether the gang will see this place again. For the time being, the most pressing concern for everyone is getting enough food. With the continuing drought, resources are still scarce. While the older gang members can dig for breakfast, the pups have no chance of finding their own meals. Everyone's on short rations. Mango is hungry and pestering Mom for another drink. But Flower's having none of it. She's definitely looking after number one. Leaving Mango to fend for herself. Times are tough for Flower. She not only has her new pups to contend with, but she also needs to find enough food to sustain her unborn litter. And as if this wasn't enough, she needs to keep a close eye on her eldest daughters. If one of them were to fall pregnant now, they could kill Flower's offspring to give their own pups the best chance of survival. Having previously suffered a painful eviction, Mozart is steering clear of Mom. But until Flower gives birth, the boss will have her under close observation. As the day progresses, Flower leads the gang further and further from the burrow. It looks like there'll be no turning around today. The Whiskers are heading toward unfamiliar pastures. When they finally arrive at their new burrow, there's work to be done. But 3 of the gang have missed their share of the chores. Daisy, Kinkajou, and Mozart are the last to turn up. They try to sneak in unnoticed. But their late arrival hasn't been overlooked. They'll all need to watch their step if they hope to remain in the group. Having spent 5 weeks at the same burrow, Flower has led the Whiskers to a new den. Now that she's pregnant again, the older females will have to tread carefully or they'll be facing eviction. Mozart's first up to witness dawn at the new burrow. Underground, the rest of the group is getting busy. The Whiskers haven't visited this burrow for several months, and the narrow passages are in need of some renovation. Daisy's got her work cut out to clear a particularly nasty blockage. If she's not careful, she may get trapped inside. Kinkajou gets stuck in with the rest of the excavation team. And now that a gang of 40 lodgers has moved in, the home help is also going to be kept busy. Dung beetles shift some of the more unsavory items that meerkats leave behind. The burrow has plenty of entrances and bolt holes. Everything you need, in fact, for a perfect meerkat mansion. It would be an ideal place for Flower to give birth. But she still has several weeks yet, and anything could happen between now and then. When the boss is ready to go, everyone's quick to follow. Except that is, for Mozart, who's lagging behind and trying to stay out of Mom's way. By leading the gang to a new burrow, Flower has taken them close to the watering hole, a popular destination for all the other thirsty desert dwellers.